Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is shaping up to be one of the most exciting turns in recent Falcons history. You've probably heard the buzz circulating around Atlanta, the whispers of a major move happening in the offseason, and trust me, it's no exaggeration. The Atlanta Falcons, a franchise that has been building steadily over the past few years, just made a splash that could reverberate all season long. They signed a key free agent, a player who's been on the radar of many NFL teams, and for good reason. This isn't just a stopgap move, it's a statement. The Falcons are serious about contending, and this acquisition signals that they're not just trying to rebuild, but to re-establish themselves as a power in the NFC South. Now, what makes this signing so significant? Well, let's take a step back and look at the current landscape of the NFL and specifically the NFC South. The division has been fiercely competitive for the past few seasons, with teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, and Carolina Panthers all vying for dominance. Each team has had its ups and downs, but lately the Falcons have been quietly laying the groundwork for a serious push. They've invested in young talent, made some strategic draft picks, and now with this new signing, they're adding a veteran presence that could be the missing piece. This move shows that the Falcons aren't just planning to be competitive, they're aiming to be top dogs, to challenge for division titles and perhaps even make a deep playoff run. The player in question? Well, I won't spoil the surprise just yet, but I can tell you that he's a game changer. This is a player with significant NFL experience, someone who's been a key contributor on some of the league's most successful teams. His skill set complements the Falcons' current roster perfectly, especially in a season where every game counts. This signing isn't just about filling a roster spot, it's about elevating the team's overall level of play. It's about adding depth, leadership, and a proven track record of success, traits that can inspire the younger players and help elevate the entire team. And let's talk about the timing of this move. We're in the midst of the NFL offseason, a period that's often filled with uncertainty and speculation. But the Falcons' front office has been proactive. They're not waiting for training camp or preseason to make their move. No, they see the potential in this season and are making bold decisions now. They know that to compete at the highest level, they need to assemble a roster that can handle the rigors of a long NFL season, especially in a division as tough as the NFC South. Now, for the Falcons fans, this news is nothing short of exhilarating. Imagine the impact this player could have from day one. His experience, his leadership, his ability to make plays when it counts, all these factors could be instrumental in turning the Falcons into a playoff-caliber team. The excitement is palpable, and the buzz around Atlanta is growing stronger with each passing day. Fans are already envisioning a future where Atlanta's offense and defense are both firing on all cylinders, and this new signing is a big reason why. What about the team's overall strategy? It's clear that the Falcons are not just patching holes, they're building a contender. The front office has been aggressive in free agency, targeting players who can make an immediate impact. They've also been strategic in the draft, focusing on both talent and versatility. This latest move fits perfectly into that philosophy. It's a statement that Atlanta is serious about competing now, not just in a few years. They want to be in the mix for division titles and playoff success, and this signing is a step toward that goal. Let's not forget the players already on the roster. The Falcons have a talented core, including young stars like Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson, who are expected to be the cornerstone of the offense for years to come. Adding this veteran presence is a way of balancing youth with experience, creating a more complete and formidable team. The defensive side also benefits from this move, as the added depth and leadership can help solidify a unit that's been improving steadily but still needs that extra spark. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: how will this player fit into the scheme? Well, based on what we've seen in his previous teams, he's versatile enough to adapt to different systems. His skill set allows him to play multiple roles, whether as a pass rusher, a versatile linebacker, or even a hybrid role depending on the game plan. That kind of flexibility is invaluable, especially in today's NFL, where schemes are increasingly complex and unpredictable. The Falcons' coaching staff, led by Arthur Smith, is known for his innovative approach, so integrating this player shouldn't be a problem. In fact, it could unlock new possibilities for their defensive and offensive strategies. And the fan base, oh boy, they're buzzing. Social media has been alight with speculation, excitement, and hope. The Falcons have been rebuilding in recent years, and finally it looks like they're taking definitive steps toward contention. Fans are dreaming of playoff football, of hosting a deep run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. This signing only fuels that optimism. It's like the team is saying, we're here to compete, we're here to win. And that's exactly the kind of message that can galvanize a fan base that's been patiently waiting for a true contender to emerge. But what about expectations for the upcoming season? Well, with this signing, the outlook has certainly brightened. Of course, there are still many variables: injuries, team chemistry, how quickly the new player adapts, but the foundation is there. The Falcons are putting together a roster that can challenge the best of the NFC, and they're doing it with a clear focus on both immediate success and long-term stability. The NFC South is no longer the division where Atlanta can just show up and hope for the best. Now they're building a team that demands respect and attention. Looking ahead, fans should be excited about the potential this team has. The offseason is a critical period, and the Falcons are making a strong statement. They're showing they're not content with just being a middling team, they want to rise to the top. The added talent, the strategic moves, the leadership, all of these pieces are coming together to create a team that could surprise a lot of people. Remember, in the NFL, a few key moves can change everything. A single signing can turn a team's fortunes around, and it's clear that Atlanta's front office understands that perfectly. Now, as we approach training camp, the hype is only going to grow. Fans are eager to see how this new player will gel with the existing roster, how he'll fit into the team's culture, and what kind of impact he'll have on the field. The preseason will be crucial for him to get acclimated, but the signs are promising. The coaching staff is known for developing talent and maximizing players' strengths, so expectations are high. If he performs well early on, it could be the start of a new chapter for the Falcons, one filled with hope, resilience, and a fierce desire to reclaim their place among the NFL's elite. And let's not forget the broader picture. The NFC South is a division that's always been competitive, but with these recent moves, Atlanta is positioning itself as a team to watch. The other teams are also making moves, but the Falcons' latest signing is a clear message. They're serious about competing and winning now. Whether they can topple reigning champions or challenge for a top seed in the playoffs remains to be seen, but the groundwork is being laid. The fans, the players, the entire organization is feeling the momentum, and everyone is eager to see how this story unfolds. So as we sit here speculating, analyzing, and dreaming of what's to come, one thing is certain: the Atlanta Falcons are back in the conversation. They're not just trying to stay afloat, they're aiming for greatness. And with this new signing, they've taken a giant step toward making that dream a reality. The upcoming season promises to be exciting, unpredictable, and full of surprises, and the Falcons are definitely a team to keep an eye on. They're building a roster that can compete at the highest level, and the best part? The journey has just begun. Fans can look forward to seeing their team fight, claw, and battle for every yard, every game, and every inch of respect they deserve. The Falcons are ready to fly higher than ever before, and it's going to be an incredible ride. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now I want to shift gears and talk about what this signing means for the team's immediate future and the long-term vision of the Falcons. This move isn't just about filling a positional need, it's about setting a tone. It's about showing that the Falcons are willing to make bold moves to win. It's a reflection of the front office's confidence in their plan and their belief that they can compete with the best. The coaching staff, led by Arthur Smith, has been working tirelessly to develop a scheme that maximizes the talents of their roster. And with this new addition, they're adding another piece to that puzzle. Let's dig a little deeper into the player's background, because understanding who he is and what he brings to the table helps us appreciate the magnitude of this move. This player has been a staple in NFL defenses, known for his versatility, explosiveness, and leadership qualities. He's someone who's been part of playoff teams, knows what it takes to win in high-pressure situations, and can serve as a mentor to the younger players on the Falcons roster. His experience in big games, his ability to perform under pressure, and his leadership qualities are exactly what the Falcons need to elevate their game to the next level. If we look at his career stats and highlights, you'll see a player who's consistently made an impact. Whether it's rushing the passer, dropping back into coverage, or setting the edge against the run, he's a player who demands respect from opponents. His presence on the field alone forces offenses to account for him, opening up opportunities for others. That kind of impact player can be the difference maker in close games, and Falcons fans should be excited about what he can bring to their team. Furthermore, the addition of this player signals a shift in the team's identity. The Falcons have often been associated with a high-powered offense, especially in recent years with talents like Kyle Pitts and Drake London. But defense wins championships, as they say, and Atlanta is clearly investing in building a balanced, tough, and competitive team. This signing adds to that philosophy. It reinforces the idea that the Falcons aren't just trying to outscore their opponents, but are also committed to stopping them, to creating a formidable defense that can hold leads and turn games around. In terms of team chemistry, this move could be a catalyst for uniting the locker room. Players love having veterans who can lead by example, motivate with their work ethic, and elevate everyone around them. It's not just about individual talent, it's about creating a culture of excellence, of accountability, and of relentless pursuit of victory. The Falcons' new signing embodies those qualities, and his integration into the team could be a turning point for the entire organization. Now I want to talk a bit about the fans' perspective, because their enthusiasm fuels this entire journey. The Atlanta faithful have been patiently waiting for a team that can not only compete but also contend. Over the past few seasons, there have been ups and downs, close games, heartbreaking losses, and moments of hope. But with this signing, that hope is renewed. Fans are already imagining the atmosphere at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the roar of the crowd when their team takes the field with this new player making an impact. They're dreaming of playoff runs, of memorable moments, and of finally bringing that Super Bowl trophy back to Atlanta. It's also worth mentioning that the NFL offseason is a roller coaster of emotions. Every signing, every trade, every draft pick can shift the balance of power. The Falcons are clearly positioning themselves as a team on the rise, not just a team trying to rebuild. The energy around Atlanta has shifted from cautious optimism to confident anticipation. Fans are dreaming big, and why not? The pieces are falling into place for a team that's ready to challenge the Giants, to make a statement, and to leave a mark on the league. Looking forward, there are still questions to be answered. How quickly will this player adapt to the Falcons' system? Will the team's chemistry mesh smoothly with the new addition? How will the younger players rise to the occasion with a veteran now guiding them? These are the questions that will be answered as the offseason progresses into training camp and preseason. But if history teaches us anything, it's that bold moves like this often set the tone for a successful season. They inject confidence, motivation, and a sense of purpose into the entire organization. And let's not forget the importance of staying healthy. The NFL is a brutal league, and injuries can derail even the most talented teams. But the Falcons seem committed to building depth and resilience. Their front office has been proactive in addressing needs across the roster, and this signing adds to that effort. If they can keep key players healthy, and if this new addition performs as expected, the Falcons could be a dark horse in the NFC. Of course, there will be skeptics and critics. That's part of the NFL experience. But the beauty of football is that everything changes in a heartbeat. One big play, one clutch performance, and suddenly a team's fortunes turn around. The Falcons are betting on their talent, their coaching, and their vision. And with this signing, they're sending a clear message. They're here to win, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. In closing, I want to emphasize that we, as fans and followers of the Falcons, are entering an exciting phase. The offseason is the time to dream, to speculate, and to get hyped about what's possible. This signing is more than just a player joining the team. It's a statement of intent. Atlanta is serious about competing at the highest level, and the upcoming season promises to be one of the most thrilling chapters in franchise history. With a roster that's been carefully crafted and now enhanced by this key addition, the Falcons are poised to fly higher than ever before. The journey to another Super Bowl run is on, and it's going to be one hell of a ride. Fans, get ready to cheer loud, because the Falcons are back in the fight and they're not backing down. This season is shaping up to be unforgettable, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.